That's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of the hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my ratings. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor, only one Scarface. I met her at a club, she twerk better when I'm heartbreak. Hey, hood, wanna everything that I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius.
It's week 14 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jameson Williams. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today it's a Week 14 matchup, which should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for our... Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jack Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, if they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a...
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to find Jameson Williams, and that'll make it 3rd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
19.
They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 7 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes K.J. Osborne out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They trail now 9-0. The opening safety followed by the touchdown a moment ago. So an early hole to dig out of as the drive starts first and 10. And fights through one man. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Going right back to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Alert! Alert!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now 2nd and 3. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Trap 60, trap 60. Hey, Crash. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now stands at 13. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Bronco switch, Bronco.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He completes this into the hands of Jefferson. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. That's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Micah Parsons drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught at the 20. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Vikings are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play. You can easily see coming. Backed up, they're shouting their own goal line. You know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touch.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. To the 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Gibbs again. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1. And this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. The slot man in motion right. Gibbs will try and pick it up. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
19 Lions, 19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
They go play action here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Buffalo 18. Ready.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Hey.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll drop to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this 1st half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Osborne elects not to return it. And out now come the Vikings. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Addison will go in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be to this?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Holding offense.
Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20.
Mustang 19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Gibbs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Right side to Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
On my line. Reno, check, Panther.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll go again here with Akers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down and 4.
Warrior 70.
On play action, they'll throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he's up past the 45-yard line.
Check. Bring it.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. They'll look to throw here. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Brian Anger now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership, been a good distributor. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Lions continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jack Campbell able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different...
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they?
Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown. Jamison Williams. 32 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Now K.J. Osborne. Here's Osborne. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. They're going to look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and it's third down. comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 3. Another run for Gibbs here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. And Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really...
There he goes, left side. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll go again with Gibbs. A beautiful fake. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. And now out comes Minnesota. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired?
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick throw there is incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter. The deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter.
And the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Osborne on the return for his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mariota now. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This is taken at the 18. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and they will take over first and 10. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
On the ready. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Okay, ready?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Go street. Ready.
They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
First, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. And they got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
They go play action here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Mariota to throw it. One last shot at the end zone. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions come up with a late turnover. But it will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game